Hello everyone, and welcome to my EastEnders Soap Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Here are spoilers for this Thursday's, August 1st, episode of EastEnders, which hasn't yet broadcast on TV but is currently available to stream on BBC iPlayer. In the most recent episode of the show, EastEnders hinted to the introduction of a new character named Ayesha to Walford. This week, Priya put Nish in risk by handcuffing him to a pipe at the Minute Mart and insisting he record a video in which she claims they never shared a bed. When he refused, Priya locked him in the store for the night and concealed his prescription. However, Nish discovered they had betrayed him when he overheard Vinny and Suki discussing their covert plot while he was being trapped. In tonight's episode of BBC Two, which airs today, Nish woke up feeling weak and still shackled since he had forgotten to take his medication. Concerned that Nish had not been seen since last night, Vinny, Suki, and Ravi followed Priya back to the Minute Mart and pleaded with him to tell the truth once more. Before Ravi and Vinny showed in, Priya was pressuring Nish to confess when he threatened to report her for false detention. After tending to their father, Vinny and Suki discovered with dismay that he had spent the entire night in the shop. Eve warned him that Nish had heard him, and suggested that Suki give up and quit plotting with Vinny, but Suki insisted she could handle what was about to happen. Knowing that Vinny had betrayed him, Nish went home from the hospital and stressed the value of loyalty around him. Suki informed Vinny that he had more ambitious intentions for him, but he would turn over the call center to Ravi when he got there. Nish and Suki conversed, neither of them mentioning what had happened the night before, and Nish got an idea when Suki mentioned that she had Eve take care of her. Priya made another attempt to heal her relationship with Avani, but her treatment of Nish ruined it much more. After getting a text from Nish, Avani went to meet him. He asked her to assist him in locating an old friend named Ayesha. As he saw Suki and Eve strolling across the square with joy, he described her as an old friend of Suki's whom he wanted to get back in touch with. What does Nish have planned for Ayesha, whose debut scenes are scheduled to appear next week? Ayesha, a new character on EastEnders, has been revealed. She will make her debut in Albert Square the following week. It was revealed last week that Layla Ruas will be making a special guest appearance on the show as Ayesha, a character from Nish and Suki's past whom he brings to Walford. In anticipation of Ayesha's big reveal, the soap opera has released a few new pictures of her along with information on how she knows the Panesars. In the upcoming episodes, Avani approaches her father Ravi for money because she needs it to go shopping with Nugget. However, Nish intervenes and provides his granddaughter some money as payment for her assistance in locating his former associate. In the meantime, Suki and Vinny, who are now scheming to depose Nish, get together for lunch to discuss their strategies. However, Nish interrupts their meeting when she shows up with Ayesha, the widow of Hardeep, the man he killed 20 years prior. Watchers may recall that Nish was sentenced to 20 years in prison for beating a man to death in a fit of wrath after he believed the man was having an affair with Suki. However, Suki acknowledged last year that she did harbor affections for Ayesha, the man's wife. After all this time, Suki is still in shock to see Ayesha since, as she previously stated, they had a deep, electrifying connection. However, Ayesha flees because she is still angry with Nish for his historical transgressions, thus there isn't a joyous reunion. Suki goes back to number 41 with Ayesha, following her. Later, once the two are having a drink at the Vic with Eve, Nish chooses to intervene and sow doubts about Suki and Ayesha's strong relationship in Eve's mind. After giving Nish's words some thought, Eve becomes agitated when Suki keeps praising Ayesha. She receives comfort from the couple's chat, nevertheless. Eve confides in Stacy about her concerns about Suki and Ayesha, but Stacy calls Nish out and implies he is playing the situation. Given that Nish, who is terminally ill, tells Nugget later that his last hope is to die with Suki at his side, there may be a reason behind his cunning. Eve meets Nish in the cafe in the interim, and their confrontation prompts her to make a choice. In front of the entire family, she goes to the Vic to pop the question to Suki. The following contains spoilers for this Wednesday's, July 31st, episode of EastEnders, which is currently streaming on BBC iPlayer and hasn't yet broadcast on television. In the most recent episode of the show, Nish Panesar of EastEnders has learned a significant fact about his family. Vinny has been surreptitiously collaborating with Suki to recapture the Panesar empire in recent weeks, all the while feigning support for his father. In an attempt to win over his father, Priya's father booted her out of the house this week after she barged into a meeting where Vinny and Nish were attempting to win over a client. When Priya begged to accompany Nugget to his dialysis appointment, Nish and Ravi declined her request in today's episode, which airs on BBC 2 tonight. Priya appealed to Denzel for assistance and they came to an agreement whereby he would use Nugget's hospital visiting privileges in exchange for him putting in a good word for her with his friend. Nugget was relieved to see Denzel, but less so to see his mother when the two arrived at the hospital right before Ravi and Nish left for coffee. Nugget was still enraged after seeing Priya and Nish share a kiss prior to his collapse, despite Priya's best efforts to make apologies. When Ravi and Nish returned, there was a major argument that resulted with Nugget telling everyone to leave, even though it appeared like she might be making progress with her son. Nish threatened Priya, saying he would make sure she never saw her children again if she persisted in her attempts to reintegrate into the family. Priya received a plan for what to do next from Denzel, who thanked her for letting him see Nugget. After telling the Minute Mart shop worker to take the day off, she made up an electric problem and called Nish. Priya attempted to record a video of Nish confessing that they never slept together when he was checking the fuse box and chained him to the pipes. Priya chose to leave Nish stranded in the store overnight when he refused to comply, even going so far as to deliberately keep his heart medicine out of reach. Subsequently, though, Suki and Vinny entered the store, perplexed as to why it was closed, and they talked about their intentions, with Vinny revealing that he is trying to undermine his father. The two were unaware that Nish had overheard the entire exchange, revealing their previously undisclosed collaboration. How is Nish going to handle this new information and will he be alright? According to EastEnders teasers, Keanu Taylor's murder mystery will likely be highlighted once more. Although this information has not yet been made public, regular viewers are aware that Linda Carter killed Keanu. But the 6 members are aware of this experience and have been keeping it a secret. According to the spoilers, Callum Highway will show interest in the situation while attending to a personal concern. Let's examine the specifics of the entire circumstance. According to the previews for next week, Callum Highway is prepared to take up the Keanu Taylor murder case. Watchers of EastEnders will witness him setting up a call with his jailed spouse, Ben. Fans have long known that he is behind bars for a fraud he did in the United States. Phil is displeased with Callum since he hasn't told Ben's father about the call. Callum will be persuaded to allow Phil to join him on this video call by Sharon. Callum will attempt to speak with Sharon about the heinous incidents that transpired on Christmas later this week. Albie's mother finds it difficult to speak for obvious reasons because she is aware that Linda drove a meat thermometer behind Keanu's back. She and 4 other Walford women concealed his body beneath the cafe's floor. The entire town believes Dean Wicks is the one who did the crime. But Callum will get in touch with Phil following his encounter with Sharon, and the two will resolve to find out the truth. In addition, Phil runs to Linda when he can't get anything from Sharon. However, she is also aware of his techniques and withholds facts. After that, Callum speaks with the cops investigating this murder case, but Johnny, Linda's son, will soon lead him astray. According to EastEnders spoilers, Johnny is aware of the entire scenario and plans to take advantage of Ben's absence to control Callum. Tony Clay, who plays Callum, commented about the entire plot, saying, "I think it would normally be out of character for Callum to be hellbent on catching Keanu's killer. Considering their past. He seems to be grasping onto everything that would keep him active and focused, in my opinion. Thus, he is spared from considering his actual emotions regarding Ben's disappearance. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.